What is up, Lord of the Rings fam? What we have for you today is Rebuilding Glory Season 3, Server 352. What we'll look at first is the first 48 hours of the game, progress, and a little bit of PvP, and the current situation. Alright, so without further ado, let's move on. We have here in front of us today a tally after the first 48 hours of entering the game. So on the left hand side we have the factions, on the right hand side we have the fellowships and warbands. This tally is based on 50,000 plus power production per fellowship per warband, and the members which are aligned with those fellowships and warbands. So it's really interesting to see this at this point of the game. It actually looked like that it was in favor of good side a little bit after the first 48 hours. It is worth mentioning good side had allied with them, or have allied with them, Erebor, Rhun, Angmar and Isengard, while evil have also allied with them Gundabad. So it'll be interesting to see how things look now. Let's see how things look at the moment. Alright guys, this is the current ranking of warbands and fellowships. It was tough. I mean, it looks like evil is really dominating at the moment, and we are. But it definitely was tough. It was a race between 3 warbands slash fellowships. So NUDZ, ilil, the fence team, a little bit of a flex, and GAIA. So I mean, they are tough as nails. They are really tough as nails, and they really surprised me. GAIA currently ranked 9th, but at one stage of the game, actually at the beginning of the game and nearly through mid-game, they were ranked 1st. So now this is how the map looks like at the moment. There we go. That's the map at the moment. A little bit of chaos down here with Gondor, Mordor and Variags. Oh, a little bit more than chaos, there's fighting going on all over the place. Wow. Then we have Loth has woken up after their slumber, because they haven't really showed anything all season. Over here we have Variags as well versus Linden. Up here we're still fighting against Arnor. GAIA obviously still doing great. Really all props to GAIA. I mean, all props to GAIA. They're really strong. I'll show you. Let's start with how the season started. So this is how the season started. Pretty much Rhun saw GAIA making their way towards Rivendell. When we saw that Arnor was moving towards Rivendell, we started moving towards Upper and Wingvale over here. And by that time I think we also took Central Mirkwood, Tower and Southern and Wingvale, and we saw there was going to be a fight for the tunnels. They were also making their way towards Moria, which was interesting. So what we did was we didn't know where they were going to strike from, because they were prepared to go through these tunnels. They had a bunch of forts, a bunch of relocated people in Rivendell, especially the Duck team from GAIA. I mean, they're seriously tough, active whales. So what we did was, because we saw in Moria that there were less relocations and there were a bunch of forts though, we thought we would snipe Moria. So we made our way through the tunnels and then decided to try to snipe it with our siege, so with our Gothmogs. So we made like 30, let's say 40 forts with Gothmogs here ready to snipe the siege and take Moria from Arnor when they decide to strike. And it was an utter failure. It was so bad. We pretty much sieged it for them, and when it got to like, I think it was 3 or 4 million, out of nowhere Arnor took Moria, and it was the first failure of Rhun. So it was 1-0 for Arnor, and everybody was like, the whole server was watching us because, as I said, we're the top dogs, so Rhun and Arnor. And when we saw that, we decided to strike the tunnels with our main commanders. As you can imagine, these tunnels are tough. There was Arnor forts everywhere. I hate these little areas here between the tunnels because there's not much space. It's really hard to bring in all the forts, especially when you have 2 active warbands. That's 200 forts trying to squeeze in these little areas. Took a lot of coordination, took a lot of trust with the leadership, to trust them to coordinate us and get us the victory over here. So we did get that victory, and we managed to barge our way through the tunnels here where they had relocated. I remember Duck Sun was here. He was the first one to go. So we really did barge through and start relocating people right away, destroying forts and just barging our way through pretty much with our sheer numbers and overtaking GAIA and Farm, which was also participating there. We took Rivendell, relocated in Rivendell, and then moved through to Troll Shores, relocated there, and then we had our first massive fight. The reason why there wasn't a massive fight there already was good PvP, I guess, in Rivendell and Troll Shores, but it just seemed like Farm was a little bit behind GAIA, so they couldn't really help. And then once we got to Rudar, that's where the first massive fight happened. I think it was the largest pin of the server at that time. 11.3 per million participants and 3.8 million deaths, with ilil fences on top with most kills, followed by GAIA, NUDZ, Farm and TCIA. So that was the first fight, the biggest pin of this server. Honorable mention though, before I go on, the first PvP was actually by Mordor. So let me just show you that before I move on. So Mordor actually took South Ithilien from Gondor, and we were like, oh great, first PvP of the season, and it was. They took this crossing here, they started to move down, and the first PvP happened around here somewhere. All props to the apes, by the way. I mean, season 3 players absolutely smashing it. I love the apes. The time of the ape is here. And yeah, then they had a lot of PvP here. I mean, it was really great to see. They had some great pins. I think there was a million pin right here, the first one of the season, if I'm not mistaken. They did lose here in Ithilien. Gondor managed to take it, and they went back and forth sort of for a bit. Variags moved in on Fangorn, and I think Variags battled like everyone in Fangorn because Rhun I think took Eastman or the Wold, I can't remember, maybe both. And then we had Linden there as well, Rhun, Gondor as well, I believe, and some Loth as well. And I mean, Variags was just battling all of them and just smashing them. They were just smashing them. And yeah, when Variags pretty much came to help Mordor, there was just no stopping Variags and Mordor together. Absolutely just running through good side there. But I see now that there are some guerrilla tactics, so Gondor, Isengard. Yeah, Isengard was up here as well, I forgot about them. They were also battling Variags, all props to Variags as well, and RUSC. So yeah, there's some guerrilla tactics going on and they're fighting kind of all over the place at the moment. Let's move on. So after Rudar, we managed to take Rudar. We relocated there. We still have a fortress there because we were aiming to move in on the capital. At this stage, NUDZ kind of went south. We went north. So the ilil team went north, NUDZ went south, so we can clean. There was a lot of cleaning going on. I mean, it was a lot of cleaning. And then the biggest battle was here. It was actually for Foros, so I'll run you through that. Foros started off strong right away at around 7 million deaths, and then it went up to 25.8 million participants, 8.8 million deaths. It was huge. It was just carnage. There was a lot of battling going on, a bunch of forts here. Arnor had a bunch of forts also at this crossing here. They were just all over the place. It was really, really tough. And then the climax of that battle was, and the biggest pin of the server so far, and I think no one has topped it yet, not even at this stage. So 29.9 million participants, 9.9 million deaths. NUDZ, GAIA, ilil, Farm, TCIA, and Meow. That was the biggest battle. Yeah, and that was for Foros. The next stage was taking over this crossing, just pushing forth. There was a huge battle market here for Arnor's capital as well. We managed to take over the capital. There's a lot of cleaning still going on, as you can see with all the pins. Now we're trying to just pretty much clean them out. Like anywhere we see Arnor, fight and PvP, clean, and move on. So yeah, and Variags took over Linden as well. They got a bit of cleaning to do as well. So this is the current pin at the moment. GAIA, and there we go, our ilil fences there as well. Absolutely smashing it. There was some good PvP going on there today. And now I'll show you some of these reports, because I mean, GAIA's really tough, guys. Like really, really tough. And this is an average player here. That's an average player. Another very average player from GAIA. That's more like it. So that's still not. There's me over there sharing reports. Let me try to find some older reports. I think the whales are kind of restocking their barracks at the moment because I don't see them. Oh, there we go. All right, so these are the, let's say, normal players of Arnor and normal players of GAIA. The Duck team, again, absolutely insane. They're pretty much all like this. All whaled out. Really, really strong team. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's just insane. Let me try to go on to see if there's more reports. Yeah, all whaled out, strong commanders. That's farm, that's not Gaia. Farm's still great, by the way. I just want to see some Gaia reports so we can show you. Lord Biggest, there we go. There should be some reports from him there. There we go, Biggest again. Absolutely whaled out. So that's some reports that we have there for you, and you can just see how strong Gaia is. So a little bit of history as well for you guys. ilil and NUDZ went into this server together. ilil used to be Munch, and ilil used to be separate. So I was in Lily last season, which is the Munch's team, formerly known as Munch, and then ilil was separate. So we pretty much went into non-role play together, and yeah, got our you-know-what handed to us because we went in unprepared, and we fought Seller, Mass, and Wind actually, and yeah, they were just experienced non-role playing teams. Then we decided to merge into ilil altogether, and we're just a force now. NUDZ as well last season, as far as I've been told. They had a similar season, them and FTPW, so they merged as well. So it's not really surprising that we are this strong together. I mean, it's really a force for this server. 2 warbands can absolutely smash a server when you have 200 active people, and I mean a lot of strong people as well. So it's not really surprising, to be honest. Alright, so yeah, now we're just trying to clean them out. We're also looking to make a little tournament slash PvP area. I think this will be a tournament in there we go. So we do have a fortress there ready for Dead Marshes, so we can do a little tournament with prizes and everything, so that will be fun. I will do a separate video on that so I can show you guys how that went. This server at the moment is owned by Evil. You may have realized we have not spoken about the ring, so let's have a look at that area before we finish. Oh, there we go. There's actually some tiles taken. Today when I was looking at this, there were absolutely no tiles at all within the DG area at all. Alright, so some tiles have been taken. Yeah, so with ilil together and NUDZ, it's going to be fascinating to see how quick we can take it. We'll probably try to make a world record or something, because like I said, it's been really fun, and we are forced together. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notifications so you can get more videos from me. I will be making future videos, especially for the 2.0 PvE coming out. So that's something that I have planned for the future as well. And yeah, have a good one. See you guys.